All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Hop Butcher for the World, and they're out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is their Skrap Metal. So this is a double IPA that comes in at 7.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 2 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to Hop Butcher, and more specifically Jeremiah, for hooking me up with this one. So thank you very much, good sir. You know I appreciate it. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies they sent my way, and this one sounds quite unique. They are brewing this one with Ekuanot, Citra, and El Dorado hops. It's about 2 months old, so not as fresh as I would like, but a lot of personal / medical issues over the past couple months. I've said this in so many of my prior Hop Butcher and reviews in general, but got put on the back burner, beer and beer reviewing in general. So here we are. Jeremiah said he didn't mind me reviewing them with some age on it because he thinks they hold up quite well, and you know what? That's been the case so far for a lot of these beers. So hopefully this follows suit. Let's give it a pour. Yeah, looking like a New England style double IPA for sure. So yeah, pours out with this nice, vibrant honey orange color, very murky and turbid. Has about a 2.5 to 3 finger of this off-white, almost light tan colored head. I poured it a little bit aggressively, but yeah, it has a little bit more carbonation than most of the beers from Hop Butcher that I have reviewed and drank. But yeah, that plays the role. New England, if I could just speak, maybe. Anybody? New England style double IPA. Still fucked it up. But this says, tasting notes on here, bright tropical, zested lime, and ripe melon. Those all sound fantastic to me, so I'm hoping that is the case. Let's get a nose. Zested lime for sure. There is this like citrus, almost lemon lime kind of quality to it. I wouldn't say lime exactly. I'd say more of like a lemon lime zest. All right, there we go. I'm starting to get more of like a fleshy, like mango papaya type of note to the nose. Sweeter tropical fruits. More of the fleshy variety, like like a creamy almost mango or papaya, more so than anything else. Little bit of like a tangerine, orange, blood orange, tangelo type of citrus character. Not really getting that ripe melon. There's a slight floral, earthy component as well. But for the most part, it really screams fleshy tropical fruit with a little bit of like lemon lime zest. Outside of that, not much more going on, but it does smell pretty good. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Very nice. So the taste kind of did a 180 compared to the nose. I'm really getting huge lemon lime like zest. There's lemon lime even like juice. A lot of that in the taste. First we'll go body and mouthfeel. Body. Maybe a little less of a body than a lot of their double IPAs. I'd put this right at like medium. Maybe a touch under. Most of their double IPAs, for me anyway, when it comes to Hop Butcher, you're talking about 7.5% double IPA. Most of them are medium to slightly above medium. This one's like medium to a little bit below. Not a huge thing, but I noticed it just doesn't have as much body as a lot of them have had in the past of the ones I've reviewed. The mouthfeel, though, still, it's a Hop Butcher mouthfeel. It's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. The mouthfeels from Hop Butcher, they have dialed in. They know what they're doing when it comes to the mouthfeels. It's pretty much within like a 1 or 2% of one another when it comes to each beer. Like, it's not substantially different. The mouthfeel's pretty much the same for most of their double IPAs, and it's fantastic. But yeah, the taste, zesty lemon lime, hits me right up front. Pass through the palate, that creamy, fleshy papaya mango kind of hit me. Mid-palate, basically. There's this underlying like piney bitterness that I was anticipating, but it's like just underlying. It's all the way through, and it finishes with that as well. So it's like it's an underlying character, but it becomes prominent by the end of the palate for me. They say ripe melon. I'm not getting any ripe melon. I love when beers give me the honeydew, watermelon, cantaloupe, but mostly honeydew, just like a nice melon character. This one isn't given to me. Could be the age, could be my palate, could be a lot of things. Just not picking it up. That zested lime they talk about, the lemon lime, yes. The bright tropical coming in the form of papaya and mango, but no ripe melon for me. Very easy to drink, 7.5%. There's no alcohol astringency. I can't really tell it's 7.5%. Again, I say this in so many reviews from them, but outside of the body and the mouthfeel, I really can't tell this is 7.5% beer. But even with the body, I would guess like 6.5 this time. Not a huge difference, 6.5, 7.5. I mean, you're talking about 1%, but this does drink a little bit like the other ones drink to double IPA standard. This one drinks more like a bigger, just regular IPA. But yeah, it's really good. There's this nice moderate bitterness on the back end. Again, that pine resin that kind of is underlying hits in the back of the palate. So it has that sweet, fleshy, creamy papaya and mango that kind of is in the forefront in the middle of the palate. But that gets cut a little bit because of this moderate bitterness. I'd say mild to moderate. It's not straight moderate. It's a little bit underneath that, but it does have a bitterness that kind of you can recognize. At least I can. Yeah, really good beer. Is it my favorite from them? No, but I really like what this one brings to the table. I think this is one of the few that I have drank from them that I think age might have done it more justice if I drank this one, say, 2, 3, 4 weeks old. If I were to drink it as soon as Jeremiah said it to me, like just, cool it down and drink it the next day or whatever, I think it would have probably that ripe melon. Maybe there'd be a little bit less bitterness and just more overall impactfulness from the characters of the beer itself. But I think as I am drinking this one, I am enjoying it quite a bit. So I have no problem giving Skrap Metal from Hop Butcher a high 4 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.1 out of 5. I think it deserves it. I think it's a really good beer. And yeah, I think it's damn tasty. So price and availability on this one, $14.99 a 4-pack, I believe, and availability Chicagoland, like most of their beers. If you live anywhere close to Chicago within a couple-hour drive and you haven't had Hop Butcher stuff and you love craft beer and you love hop forward beer, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out. And I've been drinking a lot of their beer now for the last 6 months, 5 months or so. And I must say that they make quality stuff, plain and simple. I've yet to have a bad beer from them. I've had a couple that maybe aren't my favorite, but I've yet to have a beer that was either brewed improperly or just doesn't resonate with my palate. Most of their beers are just really damn good. Some of them are fantastic. So yeah, if you live anywhere close to Chicago and you can get your hands on Hop Butcher, then yeah, you got to do it at some point if you have never had any of their stuff. And if you want to try their stuff, probably easy to trade for them as well. They get distribution locally to like local bottle shops and stores and whatnot. So if you know somebody in Chicago, see if they can get you some Hop Butcher, because I think it's worth it for sure. So yeah, anyway, 4.1 out of 5 Skrap Metal for Hop Butcher. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Thanks again to Jeremiah for hooking me up with this one. I truly do appreciate it, and appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. To the next one. Cheers.